Hey everybody, how you doing? It's Miko, and just wanted to make a little video today. Been out car searching all morning. I've been trying to find a car for the past 3 weeks now. I think I might have found one. I'm gonna take another look at tomorrow, but still on the hunt. So anyway, I wanted to make a video today and talk about something that's been on my mind a little more lately. Basically, that's religion and spirituality, or religion versus spirituality, or any kind of faith, whatever terminology or vocabulary you like to use to describe what you believe in and how you live your life and your morals. I specifically wanted to kind of talk a little bit about how I grew up. I don't know if there's any other people watching this channel that grew up in a Jehovah's Witness household, but I did, and I I have kind of negative feelings towards the religion. Some people might call it a cult. It I should really do the people that are part of this religion some justice, and just by saying that I don't think that they're bad people, and I think that they want the best for humanity, and that they have the best intentions, but in my personal opinion are a little misguided in how they in the things that they believe, or and how they live their lives, or what they believe in specifically. I am part of a very large family. There's 6 children in my family, and about half of us now presently are JW, or Jehovah's Witness, and half are not. I have one sister that basically the religion has deemed very worldly, and basically an outcast. They will not speak to her. She's disfellowshipped, and basically the reasoning for that is because she decided to look into other religions and educate herself on what other religions were out there, and just to just get more information in general about what other options were out there and available. So that sister is the one that I talk to, and we're actually very, very similar, and she's my closest of all the siblings. So, but I guess it would be really difficult for me to talk very much about what it's like to be a Jehovah's Witness if you weren't raised in a family with that set of beliefs. If you ever wanted more information, you can you can do some YouTube searching for videos from other ex-JWs, but it's very complicated. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. It never did. It's a very male-dominated religion where women are seen as not equals to men, and that was something that I had a really hard time swallowing growing up, and would always ask my mom, why aren't women allowed to be elders? And elders are kind of like priests, but basically they are thought of as shepherds that guide the congregation. Congregation, aka church. And my mom would tell me, well, that's because women don't want that burden. Women wouldn't want to take on those extra burdens and responsibilities. And I just remember asking, well, why? What makes it any better or easier for a man to take on those responsibilities than a woman? I have a very hard time. I mean, obviously, as a trans person, gender is something very forefront in my mind, and to think of any man having dominance over a woman, or being seen as stronger socially, emotionally. I know physically that men's bodies are stronger, but as far as just culturally and socially, I see no difference, or as one gender being better than another. Sorry, my cat is playing in a paper bag. Noah! Sorry, 1 second. Just nice to make her little cameo. So that was just really hard for me to hear that, you know, the people that were raising me thought that, I mean, I at the time was socially seen as female, and that for some reason, the way I was born into this world, my physical body meant that I did not have the same standing as a man would, and that I wasn't allowed the same responsibilities or privileges. So I think that really everyone watching this video is really going to agree with just the fact that that seems really basically fucked up. And I guess what I just wanted to ask people was, how did you find your way through your spirituality, if you are a spiritual person, if you have anything that you believe in? How did you go about really, you know, beating out that personal path, and finding what things worked for you? I know for a long time I had said nothing but negative things about God, because I had this idea of what I thought that God was because of the way that I was brought up. I was brought up that God thought men were better than women, and that men were the head of the household, they made the final decision, and that they were just a superior gender in general, and made me feel really just shitty about myself because I was not viewed as part of that class. And I guess it took me a few years of really redefining the word God. I still have I have something that when people use that word, it's like this little trigger inside of me that always brings up the definition of what I was, you know, brought up to believe that God is, which is a creator, but a male creator, always male pronouns were used to describe him, and more than anything, he was a force that would be judging you at Judgment Day, at Armageddon, and judging the quality of your heart to see if you were a good person or a bad person. But and I really have come to a place in my life where I don't believe that. I mean, I've felt this way for quite some time, but for me, when people say the word God, I try to just insert my own personal definitions to that word, which is a higher power or a higher energy. And it can be, yes, a creative energy, but one that is not judging me, and an energy that I directly came from and am part of, and that everyone is part of. And again, these are just my personal beliefs, but you know, I think that something very powerful put us here, and something very huge is a huge, massive, strong, creative, intelligent force of energy is something that allows us to be here and live in a world where, you know, everything is just in balance, that we don't float off into space, or you know, that we're actually able to sustain and survive in an environment, as many problems as we have with the world. And you know, I just think that that's an amazing thing, but I really have just believed that I'm part of that, and that you're part of that, and everyone, and we're all a little piece of God, and you know, we're here doing what we can, and hopefully learning something along the way, and you know, maybe sometime in the future we'll be, I don't know, maybe we won't need bodies anymore, maybe we'll just be these little balls of energy, and we'll have ascended to some other you know, form of being. But anyway, I I don't know. I don't have any answers, actually. I have zero answers. I claim to know nothing. So I just was curious to hear from other people and hear where they're at with their spirituality, or how they got there, if they grew up in a religious background. You send me a private message, or you're more than welcome to write a comment as well. But just something that's been on my mind, so I thought I'd hear from you guys and see what you had to offer. So take care.